I have one other thing to say. And this one is, I think, the truest, most real thing I'm going to say this entire episode. Don't turn me off. Listen. DJs of the world. Clubs are opening up. I see you. Barbarella. I'm talking to you. All right. DJ Glitterous. Play Hands Up, Eyes on Me by Burnham in the fucking club. Don't be a coward. If that song comes on, you put your fucking hands up. Dude, that song is so fucking good. And don't be afraid of the subject matter, all right? Let's just all get down, let's cry, and just really fucking vibe out to it. Don't be a coward.
I agree with this, like 100%. Like, we need to play really sad, emotional songs on the dance floor
With a beat.
Let's have like a sad girl and boys night dance party, like the remix of Caroline Palachuk. Like, like, I'm so like.
Can we just like normal?
Like
can we
a
just
butterfly trapped in cellophane?
Everyone's
like,
I see.
What?
All right, you're gonna have space cowboy disco parties, right? That's the theme night. How about let's mourn 2020 and what we went through together?
Let's cry and dance together as a release.
That is fucking beautiful, society. Don't be a coward. What are you talking about? I can't think of a more real thing to do. Hey, trashlings.
Welcome back.
That was ugly, but we're going to roll with it. Welcome back, trashlings, to another episode of the Demon Trash Podcast.
We don't do
we
this
never
for
sing.
that.
It's been a month. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It really has since our last episode.
Yeah.
God, a long time.
It's been a few weeks.
Long time since we sat down and recorded an episode, but here we are to hang out with you guys. I mean, we've been up to a lot. We've been here. I mean, we've been uploading content. It's not like we just like disappeared. It's just been a minute since we sat down and did a podcast. So it's good to be back. How are you?
I'm good.
We see each other every day. So yeah, welcome back, trashlings. We missed you, and we're excited to get into today's episode because it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be able to talk about some things that we've been simping over hard, way too hard, actually. We're gonna talk about escapism, and what a beautiful thing. But yeah, but again, we've been up on YouTube doing a bunch of stuff, so you guys should definitely go over there, and thank you to all our new subscribers over there. We've got just like a lot of content over there, so if you're always looking for more, if you're a podcast listener specifically, and that's how you found us, then just know that there's other avenues for more demon trash time.
Yes.
For more intimate Papa Trash and Baby Demon.
We have videos on our other YouTube channel, you guys. If you want to check them out, please do.
Yeah.
We're growing fast over there. So
yeah, exactly.
Come hang out with us while we watch TV and stuff.
And we just do things that we like to do. All right. Enough of that. Why don't we jump into what we always do, which is, you know what it is. You know the jingle. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Demon Trash Moments. God, we still got it every time. All right, Demon Trash Moments. A moment where we did something and we knew it was bad, but we did it anyway. Or just trashy all around. Mine is just so stupid. So, we'll go into this a little bit later, but my demon trash moment is I'm there's a lot of fictional men. I should say males because some of these people are not human.
Males.
That I am just thinking about. Like, they're not real, but I've got crushes and they're not real people.
They're fantasies.
They're fantasies. They're fiction. They're fictional humanoids that I am into, and my boyfriend is getting really tired of it. I mean, he's not like, in a way, he's not like being like stop, but he is. I think it's a little bit of maybe like a feeling of like
jealousy.
I'm not her, jealousy. It's like I'm not her number one right now. Like I am her number one, but like in her fantasy world, I'm
but in
not.
her mind,
in her mind, I'm not. And the thing
in
is,
real
like,
life,
and I don't feel bad about it because I just tell him, I sit there and I go, grow up, you know, like it is what it is. Nothing's gonna change. Mm-hmm. This is who I am. It's you know, to me, I'm in a relationship with Raven, but I am also in a relationship with many others. In up here though,
you haven't chosen just one.
Well, you know, I have.
Let's specify, who are these fantasy males that you're talking about?
We want to get into specifics.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Castile Denier from the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Excellent series. Go check it out. Castile Denier. The fact that this man will never exist in the real world is heartbreaking. And let's pop up some fan art. Yeah, that's him. And I know what you're thinking. Wow. Another one is a good one is because we've been watching Shadow and Bone over on our YouTube. Raven thinks my obsession is with Ben Barnes. Now, Ben Barnes is great. What a wonderful man. Excellent. Good for him, right? Yeah. But it's Ben Barnes as General Kerrigan / the Darkling.
Daddy Darkling.
Daddy Darkling. That's who I want.
Right.
Yeah. And then the other one is Rhysand from Akatar. Yeah, just that's really good stuff. That's good stuff right there. And you know, it's you said this right. A lot of these men are written by women. That's why they're so fucking irresistible. And
that's why they're so perfect.
That's why I can't stop thinking about them. Because they are perfect in every way.
I'm just happy that you started to read those books because I was the one trying to get you to read them. And look at what happened.
You know what? I apologize because I feel like maybe at one point I was judging you.
You were judging me very hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would I want to be with a...
Yeah, no.
Real men.
I get it now.
Are these fantasy men who live in my head. Live rent-free in my head, okay?
Yeah, no, I did judge you. I think we could flash back to a clip of that. Because I was really coming down on you hard for that. And, you know, because I think I used to say something akin to, like, get a life. And now, why would I? This is too good. Like, I'm retreating back into this. And so, yeah, these people are perfect. And I'm in a relationship with all of them. But it doesn't replace what's real, but it does make it better. So fantasy boy crushes, that's happening a lot lately. And again, Raven he's seriously not being like, stop. But when he sees me reading, he's just like, it's almost like, it's like he's just like, it's like, is she texting another guy? It's like that. It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, which one is it today?
Like Castile Denier is my wallpaper on my phone, and it rubs him the wrong way. He does not like that at all.
Well, when he was your wallpaper on your phone, he didn't like it either.
But that's because I chose ugly faces that I made into memes of his face.
Yeah, well, maybe he should take better photos. So
yeah, and again, that's on
maybe
him.
He should pose with a sword, you know, and like a sick photo with him with like a sword and like some nice armor. Maybe then he would be your wallpaper. But alas, no photo like that.
Yeah. Or he becomes like a vampiric but tanned Atlantean male. We could start talking about me being obsessed with him, you know what I'm saying? But we're not. So anyway. Oh, Satoru too from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's the eyes, baby. It's those piercing blues that just got me. Gojo. Do you see my That's how he does it. Shoots his stuff. I'm a nerd. Anyway, let's talk about you. How are you been trashy?
So my demon trash moment was last week while I was delivering food working. I got an order and it was like gonna be like a long drive to like go deliver the food. And this like was just after I had just finished like campaign 2 of Critical Role.
Right.
And Bo Burnham soundtrack like special just come out. So I looked at my order, went to like go like start delivery, and it was like over a 20-minute drive, and I just went, oh good, enough time to cry.
Oh. Oh. Oh wow. Hold on. I just need to
Not like a full-on like sob cry, like I'm really sad. Like I was just like emotional because of like I was listening to Bo Burnham's thing.
Yeah, okay.
Driving around like the sun was setting, and it's just like, you know, like let me get these emotions out. Like let me have like a moment to emote.
Okay.
And like still like have time to like fully emote and then like recover. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because you don't want to like walk into a restaurant and be like, can I get this order? And like your like eyes are running or it looked like you were just crying in your car. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, with like what, like when we drive, we're just by ourselves.
Oh yeah.
So it's like very
and
isolating and your thoughts. And it's just like, great. Like, perfect time to like
exactly.
I don't try and do it all the time. It was just like that day.
Yeah, I've cried on the Uber Eats.
It's just perfect.
drive.
It's just the perfect amount, like a perfect amount of time to be in my feelings. Like 20 minutes, then I reel it back in, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I put on Bo Burnham's Funny Feeling, and then I'm just. I get it out, and it feels good. It's a good one though. It's like it's not like I need to talk to somebody, cry. It's just like I just need to feel my feelings.
Let me just tap into these emotions.
I don't know about you. I hate crying in front of other people. It's just like
no, I don't want to cry in front of anyone else.
Don't look at me right now. Like I'm not gonna get emotional right now in front of you. I'm not weak.
Yeah, I can't show any weakness in front of anyone else, but like in my car with my like untinted windows,
with my silly little tunes,
I will shed a tear.
Yeah, and
from time to time.
That's within your right. That's within you. This is America,
and I don't feel like I should be judged for that.
No one's judging. No one's judging, man.
And I'm fine.
I mean, I just want to know, like, is this a lot? Is this often? Because I feel like can I say something?
What?
Because I feel like you tell me that you cry a lot.
I don't cry all the time. I don't have enough time in between orders to cry all the time.
Yeah.
You know, the short ones.
Okay.
Are you just listening?
Is this like 3 times a week or what is this?
No.
It's like 2. Once.
It just depends on like what I'm listening to. Okay, honestly.
Gotcha.
Like I was crying yesterday. But it's because I was listening to a book that was very emotional.
Oh, that's right. But that's different. That's different. So, see, if it's like a cry because you're thinking about life, it's just like, you know, how often is that happening?
Well, sometimes it like just depends. Like sometimes it's like a happy cry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha.
And sometimes it's a sad cry, but all cries are good.
And this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Just kidding. Cut that out. Just bleep it or something.
No, I'm okay. I just thought it was funny that I was like, oh, perfect. Like who the fuck is just like, oh, great. Perfect amount of time.
20 miles. All right.
Turns up the volume on my like head, like in my car and just like,
hit repeat on
put your fucking hands up. Get out of your seat. All eyes on me.
All right. Well, that's our demon trash moments, guys. Crushing on fantasy boys and crying in the car. What's yours? Send them up. Anchor. Casting that anchor, bitch. Ahoy, matey. Join the millennial rite of passage and start a podcast using Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad.
We love Anchor because as Demon Trash, we need things to be simple and straightforward because otherwise we're not going to do it.
Facts.
With Anchor, you can even record and upload podcasts from your phone. Also, Anchor makes it super easy for your listeners to support you. We've used a lot of podcast hosting websites in the past, and Anchor is by far our favorite because of its simplicity and, well, it's free.
Yeah, we love that.
It's perfect for if you're just starting out a new podcast or even if you're a podcasting pros like us.
So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join us and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. And we can't wait to hear your podcast. Send it to us.
We'll leave you a 5-star rating.
Yes. All right, guys, back to the show. We've been consuming a lot of content in this time that we have been not doing the podcast. And we'd love to talk to you guys about it because we have gotten requests before to like talk about our favorites. And I think like this is a good time to talk about our favorites from like the last month because it's been like a month, right? It's been like a month since we did.
Yeah, it's been like a month since we put out a podcast.
So let's talk about our favorites from the month and what we've been loving. First off, we talked about a little bit of it in my Demon Trash moment, but From Blood and Ash. Now, I have no one to thank but Avery, little baby demon over here, because she listens to Audible. She's got all these books and book talk, and she introduced me to this world, and you've ruined my life in like the best way possible. She's ruined my life definitively in the best way possible because now I have read From Blood and Ash, the whole series. I'm almost done with ACOTAR. And these books are so good. And now I have a list, 30 books long, of things that I need to read as soon as possible. Yeah. And they're so good. Shadow and Bone, we were watching that on YouTube. And you read the first book. I didn't read Shadow and Bone, but you love Six of Crows. Yeah,
Shadow and Bone is okay, but Six of Crows is such a good like series.
Yeah, I heard people like that's like the best thing about it. And then we've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, which is an amazing anime. And even if you're not super into anime, because like Avery, you're not like super into anime. You're not super into anime, but like Jujutsu Kaisen is literally so fucking good as a show.
It's so good. It's really funny. It's really
so
relatable.
Funny. It's so funny. It's so funny. There's a guy who talks about like how shitty adulthood is.
It really do be like that.
It really do be like that. And sometimes. Then so those are some things that we've been loving and obsessing over. But this is the big one right here is Bo Burnham's Inside. Bo Burnham put out a special on Netflix. We've all heard about it. Everyone's talking about it. And we watched it the day it came out. And to say that it wrecked me is an understatement. I feel like it wrecked everybody.
I don't think we were like ready for it. Like we put it on. We're like, oh, Bo Burnham put out this new special.
I honestly had no idea about anything. I didn't know anything
we went
about
to it blind.
I had no idea. I was like, oh, Bo Burnham, he's silly, man. He's a silly boy. And I like silly.
Went into it blind, and boy, oh boy, did it open our shaking catatonic afterwards. Just kidding. It's first off, it's beautiful. It's really, it is funny. Like there are parts of it that are funny, but what's funny is about it. I think the joke is that it was basically turning all the like shitty stuff that happened in like 2020 or like the last year and a half, I should say, into turning it into a joke and like making all these really kind of necessary points about society and joking about all these issues. But also it was like a big thing about like,
you know, a lot of self-reflection, being inside with yourself, a lot of isolation, mental health issues. And, you know, the thing is with this is that I just feel like it really, when I watched it, I really felt like I watched and I was like, oh, this is pretty much like, if someone was like, well, how did you handle 2020? What was that like for you? I would just be like, that, you know, watch this.
Yeah.
That is the best way I could, like, how have I been? Here you go. That's how I've been.
I was saying, like, if I ever have kids one day and they're like, Mom, what was 2020 like? I'd just be like, here you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I'll have to wait till they're older for them to understand.
Yeah, because there's a whole part about he's like, don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, no, I mean, it got pretty dark. And the thing is, though, is like, you know how like before we've always been like, if you're not struggling, like, I can't fuck with you. Like, I can't, you remember how we used to say that?
Yeah.
Like, because it's just hard to identify with people who aren't struggling when you're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, why a lot of people like kind of retreat inwards, because it's difficult. You don't want to bring someone's vibe down. You're not trying to be that guy ever. And, but I can definitively say, like, if you didn't understand the special, like, you probably came out of quarantine like not learning anything. And like, I understand that not everyone wants life or like 2020 to be a lesson, and if it wasn't for you, like, whatever. But like, I just really feel like this is how I've been feeling. To get on like a slightly serious note, I've just been feeling like everybody's rushing to get back to normal, and I feel like I'm struggling to get back to that. Like, I feel like I'm being normal, but I feel like there's kind of like this pressure to get back to normal and just kind of like toss everything that I went through from last year just like behind me. It's like, all right, well, that was over, so, and that was weird, so whatever. But like, the thing is that I really grew from that. And it's not like I'm trying to like linger in that mind state, but it was a lot. And then I've been seeing this thing on TikTok where it was like, when you're coming out of like, when you're self-healing,
Mm-hmm.
like, and you're kind of leaving, like it was like we shed a skin. It's not like that version of you is dying, so you're in this mourning period while you're kind of coming out of that. But it's like, you don't just like change overnight. You don't just like, you know, and I feel like a lot of people were either just like super depressed and now they're coming out and they just like didn't want to acknowledge anything. And like, do you, bro? But I just cannot be around people like that. I think it's just, I don't know. Does that make any sense at all? I just feel like, you know, Bo Burnham, he went real deep with it. And that's where I went. I was there in the trenches with millions of other people. But I do feel like there were other people who didn't go there and maybe should have.
Yeah, I think a lot of people maybe got sad but didn't try to fix anything.
Yeah, there it is.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after you like trying to like fix yourself, you're not ready just to like throw this like new version of yourself out into society and the world.
Yes.
And a lot of the time is you realize the things that kind of sucked where you don't want to bring back or like you don't want to do anymore.
Yeah. And, you know, and also I think just talking from a personal place, it's just like, you know, I feel like Bo Burnham's special was like, I think like a vast majority of the general public on the planet. But, you know, just from speaking from a personal place, like I just went through a lot. I mean, I've also changed a lot. You know, I found out I have ADHD. Like, that's crazy. You know, people grow up thinking they get diagnosed with that. So that's weird. And so it's just like, you know, just I feel like I'm kind of navigating this like new stage of life, I guess is the best way to go about it. I feel like I'm in a new
while fully embracing escapism to a T.
Well, yeah, because
I don't want to go outside, but I will stay.
Well, that's the thing.
I'll go outside in my mind.
I do go outside. That's the thing. I am not fully quarantined. I do go outside and hang out with people. And I do want to be a part of the world, but I am very much like, I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. For the first time in my life, I feel very comfortable with myself and feel like I want to do the things that I want to do inside. Like all of quarantine, I was so distracted by like my mental health and what was going on in the world that I didn't actually take the time to enjoy content.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, I mean, the content was there, but we just didn't like know to find it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think like the whole point with like Bo Burnham's thing, I think a lot of people just want to like forget about 2020 versus like reflect, like taking time to reflect back on it and taking away like any lessons. They just want to like forget about it and move on. And that's their choice, I guess. But it's just like, if you didn't like learn anything during 2020, like even just a small amount of things about yourself, like why'd you waste all that time?
Yeah, and you know, this is just my thing, and not everybody in my life agrees with it, but I just feel like, did we learn nothing as a society, guys? Are we just gonna go back to it? That's what I'm saying. Like, did we learn nothing about these serious problems? Or are we just like, well, that was last year, so that was so 2020. New year, Carol. Move on.
I literally saw a sign that said that's so 2020 of you. Like, littering is so 2020. Like, what does that even mean?
Like... All right. Well, anyway, I have one other thing to say. And this one is, I think, the truest, most real thing I'm going to say this entire episode. Don't turn me off. Listen. DJs of the world. Clubs are opening up. I see you. Barbarella, I'm talking to you. All right. DJ Glitterous. Play Hands Up, Eyes on Me by Burnham in the fucking club. Don't be a coward. If that song comes on, you put your fucking hands up. Dude, that song is so fucking good. And don't be afraid of the subject matter, all right? Let's just all get down, let's cry, and just really fucking vibe out to it. Don't be a coward.
I agree with this, like 100%. Like, we need to play really sad, emotional songs on the dance floor
with a beat.
Let's have like a sad girl and boys night dance party, like the remix of Caroline Palachuk. Like, like I'm so like.
Can we just like normal?
Like
can we
a
just
butterfly trapped in cellophane?
Everyone's
like,
I see.
What?
All right, you're gonna have space cowboy disco parties, right? That's the theme night. How about let's mourn 2020 and what we went through together?
Let's cry and dance together as a release.
That is fucking beautiful, society. Don't be a coward. What are you talking about? I can't think of a more real thing to do than to just get zooted
yeah,
with some lights at a club and put on Hands Up, Eyes on Me by Bo Burnham. Maybe even on repeat. Hello? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. I agree. That song's a bop. In every way. Hey trashlings, we just wanted to remind you all to follow us on our social medias. We don't want you, our besties, to miss out on any of our content. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Demon Trash Podcast, TikTok at Demon Trash Cast. With YouTube, we have 2 channels. We have the Demon Trash podcast channel, which is the one you're watching this podcast on now. And then we also have our Demon Trash YouTube channel, which we just do a lot of fun content, like movie reacts stuff. And it's we'll fun. Be playing games, and we're just our goofy gal selves over there. But you can find all of this info at demontrash.com, which is going to be updated weekly now. So go over there. It has everything.
Also, guys, don't forget to rate and review us on whatever podcasting platform that you are using. It really helps small shows like us out. Give it a 5-star rating. Go on. Don't be shy. And if you have demon trash friends, which I know you do because you're a disgusting piece of trash like us, go and tell them, share it with them. I'm sure they'll like it since you like it, you disgusting piece of trash. And if you like what we do here, you want to help us keep the lights on and spare some pennies, you can support us over at anchor.fm/demontrash. Again, that's anchor.fm/demontrash for as little as 99 cents a month or whatever you feel like shelling over. It is the reason why we have these lights
and this studio space now.
This is Xander, our boy. And you guys help us do all this for you. So thank you guys so much to all the trashlings who are already doing that. We really love you and thank you so much for your support. All right, back to the show.
I mean, like Carol said, like earlier, we've been fully like embracing like escapism. Like I cannot tell you how many audiobooks I've listened to.
Yeah.
In the past like few weeks, I ride and die for them and I love them. But then after I'm done listening to them, I am so sad. Like I go into mourning.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I usually after I listen to like a good book, I have to just like take a few days to like process everything. Mm-hmm. And I just like have to step away from like just process.
I think the thing is too is that like a lot of these books that we've been like listening to or / reading or like things that we've been watching are so good. Like this is high quality art. Mm-hmm. Now I know art's subjective, but this is like stuff that people are obsessed with, you know? So like these are really popular books and TV shows and things like that, but it's like high quality art. So like we're coming in, we're not reading the like these random books. We're reading like the best of the fucking best right now. And then when it's over, it's like, man,
how am I going to find anything like that?
That's how I feel because the From Blood and Ash series, I don't know. I hadn't been really, well, I had been reading self-help a lot. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck that.
I mean, I haven't been reading like any, like,
I've been
reading since I was literally like a teen. Like, let's be honest. Like, I haven't read for like fun.
Yeah.
In like so long.
Yeah.
Like, probably a teen, like teens, high school.
I would say that it's been kind of a long time for me. Like, I mean, there were a couple things here and there, but nothing like super, super good that like hooked me to where I couldn't stop. Like it was all I could think about, staying up all night just to like read it or listen to it. And
honey, I stayed up until like 1:30 last night listening to finishing this audiobook, crying because like I know that I will never be able to like listen to this again for the first time.
I know. Yeah.
I will never like be able to like experience this feeling again for the first time.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, they're good enough to like revisit, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. I'm like, man, it's so good. And then, you know, and then it makes me spiral afterwards because it's just like, why do I care this much about it?
It's not real.
It's not real. Why do I care this much? And, but yeah, I think it's hilarious that I was just like, you know what? Self-help. Fuck that. I'm done reading that. Take me to a fantasy world. I don't want to think about anything. I've done enough self-exploration. I need a break. I need to like deep dive into my imagination.
And I will say like reading this kind of like reading and watching things that are actually I really like and enjoy has actually like made me feel more creative.
Oh yeah, no.
Like I feel like I've like been like refueled with like creative energy because like I feel like I was watching a lot of stuff, but like I didn't like it as much, and it didn't like inspire me.
Well, I just feel like a lot of the stuff that I was consuming in the last year and a half was just not good. Like, it's just not good. And I think I saw a tweet, like, I think it was like early on in 2020, early on in the pandemic. I think it was Seth Rogen who tweeted something along the lines of, you know, this is actually a good thing for creators because now people are going to take more time with their scripts. They're going to take more time with their books. They're going to take more time on those things. because all they have now is time. And I think now we're at the stage where things are starting to come out where these creators and artists and writers and all these people actually really gave it their all, and it's really coming across. And I'm loving all of the art and stuff that's coming out. And yeah, for sure, I think just like as a creator, we've talked about this before, of just like, you need to refuel. You can't constantly put out if you're not putting anything in. That's just burnout 101. But especially if you're a creator, you have to like feed the imagination a little bit. And I love it. Listen, I don't want to go outside because I like it in here in my brain. But yeah, no, they're so good. Like, these books are so good. I'm spending way too much money on books though. Like, which I didn't know was a problem you could have.
100%. Books are expensive.
I feel like they've gotten more expensive.
Well, everything's getting more expensive, honey. That's inflation. But the dollar's losing value. Everything's going to crash and burn very shortly.
You mean we can't just print more money?
Yeah, no, books are expensive.
Really
They've
expensive.
always been expensive.
No, dude. I feel like I could walk out of B&N with that's my problem though, is I want the hardcover.
Yeah, the hardcovers have always been expensive. And if you don't want to get them on Amazon, like, it's even more expensive.
Jeffrey Bezos. You did it.
But it's like, I don't know. I love seeing, like, really getting into all these things, because, like, watching, like, Bo Burnham special, like, it really inspired me, because he literally do that in a room with like just himself, and it's just like, wow, how can he he can capture like the human experience so well with
in a
just
room
by himself.
Right.
I mean,
it's very good. Now I do want to I want to be really real with you guys here. When I say I'm consuming art, I want to be very clear on what kind of art I am consuming, and that is specifically smutty adult fantasy fiction. Nothing else. And I just want to be really honest about that, because I think that's very important to the narrative of this podcast.
Yeah.
Now I know what she's reading porn. Well, it's a facet of it, but the world building is, so this is what I'm trying to explain to my boyfriend, which is why he's upset that I'm crushing on the characters are, once you say, okay, yeah, there's a lot of smut in it, everyone thinks, oh, it's just porn, but it's good. It's very good.
Here's my here is like my like.
Can you back me up on this one?
Yes, I can 100% back you up. This is how I know it's not just porn. It's because like if you it's when you're reading it and then you immediately say you get to a little sexy time scene,
yeah,
but you're like, can we get back to the plot, please? Like, I'm ready for the next plot. Yes. Thing to happen. All right, and that's how I know it's good, because as much as I love the smutty sexy times,
now we don't skip ahead, because it could add something to the narrative.
Well, sometimes there's little secret plot lines and like little little fun little things in there, but 100% like I know it's a good book when I'm like cool smut.
That's
but
fun.
Also, like, what's next? What's gonna happen
next?
What's
the tea?
Or if I even if I get tired of the smut and I'm just like, let's just get to the plot,
Yes.
And that's how I know if it's like actual like quality.
But I do
and if I cry about it,
I do enjoy it. The smut. I like it, but it doesn't need to be in my books. But I like it. But it's hard to explain to everybody that it's good when they know it's smutty.
Well, did anyone say anything about Game of Thrones? That has sex scenes in it. But look at that. It's a very popular HBO show.
Yeah, and a lot of people liked it for the sex scenes.
So
So I will not be judged. I'm just not going to be judged about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not going to accept it. I know it's good, and I don't have to explain it to you. Why don't you give it a read, and you'll see very quickly. There's an entire community on TikTok called Book Talk that's they know, and they'll put you on it. You've been warned. Go read From Blood and Ash. Go read it. Jennifer L. Armentrout is a fucking genius, and so is Sarah J. Maas. They're good writers too, and people think that they're not, but I guess everybody has their preference.
Yeah. I saw people complaining about like Sarah J. Maas's like, but the prose is so terrible. I'm like, what are you reading? This isn't English lit. Like, go read Pride and Prejudice, or like go read whatever, a classic. Go read your classics if you want prose, okay? I'm here to be entertained.
That's the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They complain about the prose, but what do? They said, do I care though? No, they took the books back and started to read them. So
guys,
like,
there's different types of books out there. It's like, are we gonna just put out fucking classist literature, or are we gonna put out entertainment? All right, guys, we're looking at our phones 100% of the time. All right, keep me entertained, bitch. That's what I'm saying. And I'm reading now.
Yeah, reading. It does make me feel like an absolute...
Like I'm better than you.
No. It makes me feel like an absolute villain that I'm listening to smut in my ear as I'm working and driving around in broad daylight.
Dude.
It does. I am questioning.
Dude, there have been times where
my morality
Raven is sleeping next to me. I'm up late reading my book, and I'm just like turning my book away from him. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, this is too much. This is too fucking much. This is too detailed. And I feel like I get on the side of my bed and I get on my knees and I pray. And I pray to the God above that I will not be smote in my sleep, dude. Because I am just like, whoo, it gets hot and heavy. And also, like, when you're driving and you have to turn it down just because you think someone could hear this. Someone walking on the street is hearing, and he put it inside me. Like, it's just like,
I'm like constantly just like,
please don't.
No one knows, but I know, and I'm messed up.
No one's looking at you, but everyone's
and I am
looking
demon
at
trash,
me.
and I've accepted this, but I love it. So
well, it's like you know what it is? It's like reading fan fiction, which is like a secret thing that everyone does. Don't tell me you've never looked at Wattpad. Like, I don't believe you. It's like fan fiction, but like it's not fan fiction. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's just as smutty as that. Yeah. Sometimes, but
I really love that this like genre is like coming new adult is like coming to the forefront, because like I feel like ever since like I've been stuck with like shitty fan fiction, like actually no hate to fan fiction writers,
no,
because you guys are the salt of the earth. You do it just because you're passionate. You are an artiste. I love you.
You've nothing but respect for you, honestly.
Like can we a hand for like fan fiction writers? Like, you guys deserve like thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for filling this void inside me for so long. Mm-hmm. But I am also so happy that there's like new adult fiction now.
And for people who don't know what new adult fiction is, it's basically what should come after young adult, between like, because most adult fiction has characters that are 30 years and up, and then young adult goes up to like the age of 18. There wasn't really anything that filled the 18 to 30 gap. Mm-hmm. So we weren't getting like people in their 20s weren't getting any fiction that was relevant to them.
Yeah.
Nobody in their 20s had characters that were their age, which is so weird to think about. So there's this new genre that's come up in the last couple of years called new adult, that is for people in their 20s, and it's great. You get all the spiciness, you get, coming of age stories, mm-hmm. and you get the smut, and it's great. It's characters that are your age range that you can identify with, and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is new adult has come from the internet. It's come from essentially fan fiction writers. Fan fiction has shaped this genre. And the best example I can give is E.L. James' 50 Shades of Grey, which was a Twilight fan fiction. There you go. And that's how New Adult was kind of, I wouldn't say it was like that's how it was born, but that's like the best example I can get of like give. And there's a lot of like self-published people who do New Adult, but I love that a lot of these people are no longer having to self-publish. They are, what's the word? Mainstream published? What I guess is the
They're being published.
They're being published by
publishers.
There we go. Yeah, no, it's great. But yeah, it's kind of wild that like, cause like Jujutsu Kaisen ended, and then I love how Raven sent a text message to both of us saying that the Jujutsu Kaisen creator is like taking like a month off because of his health, and that meant like things might get a little delayed with the anime of season 2, and I was just like, oh my god, like I need this. I guess that's me though. I shouldn't be. I don't need content right now. It's just like give me more.
Well, it's so good that I want it right now.
Good.
And I just like can't handle any like bad news like that.
It's the only thing getting me through. I maybe I should just be honest about that too. Like it's the only thing that is like keeping me afloat.
And you said you were better than before.
I'm fine. I really am though. Like, no, I think I was telling my friend, cause you know, he was basically being like, you know, it seems like you're, you know, reading a lot. You know, I was talking to him about all these things, and I was like, it's because honestly, dude, I feel like for me, I can finally pay attention to it and actually like enjoy it, where before I felt like I had a lot of distractions. You know, also I'm ADHD, we get it, you have ADHD, but it was just I had trouble with paying attention to things and being able to enjoy things. And now that I am able to pay attention to things and really like process it, you know, it's nice. I like it. Give me more. I want more. I can't wait to read more. I can't wait to watch more things. And it's very inspiring for me. I like it. It gets me in my creative zone. I'm always thinking of new ways to make things. And I mean, we do a lot for Demon Trash. We are always making content for Demon Trash or working on content. So it's just like, it's nice as a creator to be enjoying other things that other people create, because it helps me and inspires me to create whatever I'm doing. And it's nice.
And even if it's smut, I love it. So
even, yeah, I just, let's be really clear again. It's smutty adult fantasy fiction, but it gets me through. It helps me. It's good for my mental health. It's my medicine. Guys, let me know. I want to know, do you guys have other, that's my problem though with Book Talk, is they're always like, I have some book recommendations for you. And it's like, we get it. Everyone knows about ACOTAR and From Blood and Ash. We know. Is there other ones? There's gotta be, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's just not, it's new.
Maybe,
and it's hard to find good stuff. It's hard to find like good, because remember like after Twilight there was like all those books that came out
that were essentially following the same format, or like,
and they're just not as good.
They're
and
not
good. The problem is we read the cream of the crop, so like a lot of like stuff is like not going to be as good, and you just have to settle for that. And it's just like, you could go back and listen to the same thing again, but it's like, it's not gonna be the same. Like, I already listened to it.
It's ruined me, dude, that I started at literally the top of the mountain. Raven said it. He goes, you started at Mount Everest. Kilimanjaro's cool, but it's never gonna be that mountain. And it's just like, fuck. Well, I need a new mountain.
The good thing though is that they're not over. The series aren't over. Most of them have just begun. So there's much more content to come. I feel like I'm in middle school again, waiting for like Breaking Dawn to come out. Do you know what I mean?
It's wild to think that I'll probably be in my 30s when my favorite series of all time ends, and like, what am I gonna do then? Seriously, what am I gonna do? There better be more books like this. There better be more content that's going to satiate me. Is that the word?
I'm sure the market will get flooded once.
Well, everyone's going to see that people
money.
like ACOTAR, people like From Blood and Ash. We need to write more stuff like this. It is kind of cool though to see more indie authors getting the recognition that they deserve, because I think like a lot, like, because they gained like a community on. That's the other thing about new adult writers, is they usually gain recognition through their online community that they build over time. Like I believe, I could be wrong, don't quote me on this, but I believe Sarah J Maas and Jennifer L Armentrout started out self-publishing.
Did they?
I think so. If not Sarah J Maas, I think Jennifer L Armentrout. I could be lying, but that's cool to me. I think that's cool. Like they kind of like paved their way, and now they're getting they're getting the recognition. I can't talk anymore. They're getting the they're doing it. Good job. I think I realized that I'm very like introverted. Cause like pre-pandemic, I feel like, you know, we get it. We all had lives and we had these routines, but I do consider myself a very like, I'm more of like an ambivert. Like I can be extroverted, but I really don't. I'm more introverted. Like I do get kind of worn out, you know, going to social events. It does take a lot out of me. And introverts get that. It's not like a mental health thing. It's just more of just like, you know, when you're like, you go out, you spend your time with your people and you have fun and you're social, but then I need to like return and have my time. And I think what I'm enjoying is, I used to really struggle with being alone with myself. And now I like my alone time, and I like being able to sit with myself and read a book, or sit with myself and watch a show, and not feel like I need to do that with other people because I was feeling sad or whatever. And now I'm really feeling like I'm in a better place, and I enjoy my alone time. I enjoy being an individual with myself that has things that I enjoy in my private time. And it's nice because then I don't feel like I have to, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, whenever you're like, you only watch or consume things or do things with another person because you're not doing it on your own. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I wasn't, I was afraid of being alone. I didn't like being alone during quarantine. And now that I'm like getting better, I feel like I enjoy, my own hobbies. I enjoy my alone time, and
it's nice to have your own thing.
Yes, thank you. Fuck. Avery is my translator. She gets my brain. She's able to hear my rants and turn them into something. It's become a thing. Even Raven has to be like, Avery, what is she saying? What is this language I speak? I don't speak English, apparently. It's just I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because like in the time that I've like kind of gone out with friends, it definitely feels like a different mode.
Yeah.
Like not in like a bad way of being like, oh, I'm putting on a mask, but like I'm switching into like a different mode. Like I'm switching into a different like gear on my car. Do you know what I mean? Like when I'm out with people.
And it's also nice because now I feel like I actually have things to share because I'm doing things by myself. And it's nice. Where before I would feel like I was just like, I don't know. I don't have anything that's just for me. You know what I mean? I don't do anything for myself. And now I feel like I do things for myself, which is nice. I think it's a good thing. But it is escapism. And I don't think anything's bad with that.
Yeah, no, I think the difference between like when it becomes escapism and it's unhealthy is when that's all you do. And you're not like, if you're escaping to escape, not for entertainment, but you're escaping to actually exit the reality of your life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's when it becomes like unhealthy.
Yeah.
But if you are like just embracing like a new book or art or album, like music, like, and you're getting really into it to like be entertained, I don't think I don't find anything wrong with that.
Exactly.
And I think that's
it makes me
difference.
happy. It makes me happy. Do I mean it when I say it's the only thing keeping me going? Yes. But I don't mean it's not the only thing keeping me going. We all know this, guys. But I really enjoy it. I like that it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I'm really enjoying. It's something I'm excited about that is my thing that I get to enjoy. And well, me and Avery get to enjoy it together. I'm not alone in it. I get to talk about it, and then our roommates and my boyfriend leave the room when we start to talk about it because
we stay up all night and we simp over fantasy boys, and it's lots of fun.
Yeah. And that's that.
Speaking of purpose, I found a new one. That's not just fantasy fiction. So,
oh yeah, this is big news. It's kind of cool.
I got a dog, a puppy,
yes.
Sweet little puppy. Her name is Poppy, named after Miss Penelope herself.
Miss Penelope Bellafour. From Blood and Ash.
Yes.
Guys, these stories have infiltrated into our everyday material world, dude.
I will say, like, her personality is just like Poppy. She really is a vicious little creature.
You're a murderous, vicious little creature.
But yeah, I just like, so I don't know what to say about this. I got a dog and I have purpose now. Like, I feel
well, I
fulfilled.
wanted to know because when I got a dog, I was given a dog in my early 20s by my boyfriend because I was really depressed and like really struggling. And he thought, oh, a dog will give her purpose. It'll get her out of bed. She'll have, a comfort animal. And Kylo definitely has been that throughout my life. He's the best dog on the fucking planet, and I would do anything for him. So I was like, do you feel like when she got Poppy, I was like, do you feel like Poppy's given you purpose? Do you feel like she's gonna make you better? and that's my question to you.
Yeah, I do, honestly. I feel like when you're in your like late 20s, that you have kind of like two paths for purpose outside of career and all that other jazz. You can settle down.
You can have children.
Settle down, have kids. Or you can get a pet to take care of.
In this economy, there's only one choice, people. There's only one choice. Fur babies. They're just, I say that when I'm also saying, like, I do want kids. But they're just...
Like, let's be honest. Am I mentally or financially ready, stable to have a child? No. Can I have a pet, though?
Yes.
Not really.
Well,
Still.
Actually, I get what you're saying.
But did I get one anyways? Yes.
Yeah, sorry, my hair. I'm sorry. You don't feel mentally. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, why? Yeah. Actually. Does anyone adopt an animal when they are mentally okay?
I don't know.
I don't think the answer is yes. Or maybe yes, and we're just fucked up.
Well, or I just have that kind of like personality where I don't want to like bring anything into my life that I feel like I'm like fully prepared for or like ready for. So when like I got Poppy and you asked me that question the first time, I didn't even want to like be like, yeah, like I didn't want to like get emotionally attached to this dog unless I knew, like, because I was like,
were you not even sure?
Well, I was just like, what if something bad happens to her? She's still a puppy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, if anything happens to her.
Oh, do you think it was too soon for me to ask? If because you didn't have like an emotional attachment to her yet.
No, I did. Like, I loved her with all my heart. I just don't want to say it yet.
Oh.
I'm emotionally stunted, like, essentially.
Yeah. Well, you are
I'm scared to be vulnerable.
Yeah, you are. You're
scared
that type
to get
of person.
hurt. But,
yeah.
It's who I am. And I need therapy, but...
Yeah. But we're not... It's expensive, and in this economy...
I can't until...
Therapy or a dog? And I'll choose dog every time.
For 100%. And honestly, she has like helped me a lot. Like,
Yeah.
Because obviously I feel responsible for her. I want her to have a good life. So like, even though I don't want to get up and go on a walk in the mornings, I can't do it for myself, but I will do it for her. And
yeah, let's unpack that. Or not. I'd rather not, because I feel the same exact fucking way. Like, why is it that I am so willing to do something else for an animal but not for myself?
And that is the conundrum.
That is life, I suppose.
But anyways, like, I love her. She gives me purpose. And
but that's the thing, though. A lot of when I had a therapist who told me right before I got Kylo, like probably like a month or two before we got Kylo, that was like, and I recommend getting an animal, like getting a dog if you can, because I was new to the city and it was like very new, and she was like, because having a dog would get you out. And he did. I took him to the dog park. I went around and I explored Austin with my dog, and it was great. He was really good for me. But yeah, like therapists and psychologists recommend people with depression or anxiety to get animals, because it's another thing that you can take care of. So when you're in this mind state of not wanting to take care of yourself, you have no other choice but to take care of an animal, because what fucking human being is not going to take care, unless you're actually just a fucking soulless person? Like, you're not gonna not get up and feed your dog. Like, who the fuck does? If you don't have depression, you're a sociopath and you don't deserve an animal. But so yeah, it's just like another way for people who are mentally fucked up and unwell.
Isn't it good for people with ADHD too? Because it, like, dogs need routines. So if you like, it helps you like build routines.
Well, yeah,
through the animal.
It's the same thing with like people with depression. People who struggle with mental health require structure, like a lot. Structure is good for people with bad mental health. It's like us. But structure's hard. It is hard. And so sometimes having an animal fit into that is good, because you get to build it over time.
But now I'm a dog mom, and I understand like dog mom things.
Are you getting it now? What are like some dog mom things that you're getting? I'm curious.
When our friends send us like those dog TikToks, we're like, have you seen the ones where the dogs are FaceTiming?
Yes, I love it. Alicia sends me those and I love them so much.
It's just like when you get up and stretch and your dad doesn't say big stretch.
Ooh, big stretch.
Big stretch. And I was like, I get that now because I'm a dog mom.
Yeah, or like FaceTiming mom because dad pinched my cheeks and called me chonky. chonky.
I also been getting a lot of like, I've been watching like YouTube videos of like how to see if your dog loves you.
I did the same shit when I got Kylo, because I was like, because you worry because you're sad, right? And you don't know how to love yourself. So then you get this animal thinking like this animal is going to be obsessed with me because I'm its mom. But then you're like, what if it's not?
What if she doesn't?
What if
love
they don't
me?
even like me? And so you start to YouTube signs that your dog loves you.
And she does do some of the signs, so I'm happy. Because if she didn't, I'd be devastated.
See, like, that's the thing, too, that I learned about dogs is because I went through this phase where I thought Kylo didn't love me and that he loved you and, like, Raven and all these other people more. But the thing is Kylo's different with me because I'm his mom, right? And I learned this about dogs, is that dogs act differently with their, like, with their person.
Well, with their pack leader. Yeah,
exactly. They're more docile. Because Kylo is not as playful with me as he is with like other people, but it's because he's like, I don't fuck with mom. Like, unless mom wants to fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, he's very sweet with me. He's very docile with me.
But I know he loves you because he likes to stare deeply into your eyes, which is one of the signs that dogs love a person. Yeah, is eye contact.
Just, like, stare into my soul, and I love him.
And another one is if they like sleep on your like dirty clothes. So Poppy does that. So I was like, oh, good. She does like
Dirty
me.
clothes.
Yeah, because they smell like you.
Oh, weird.
Like more, like they smell more like you. So they want to like if they sleep on your clothes, that means they want to be like near you.
Oh, where's my dog? Yeah, no, I know my dog loves me because he goes under my desk and it's like his little den, his little safe space. Because I'm always there. Yeah, man, dogs are great. It was kind of a surprise though when you got her, because I was like, man, holy shit, like she's just getting a dog. That's crazy.
I wasn't like planning. I was thinking about it for a while that I like wanted my own like dog. Like I wanted something that was mine. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get that.
And then she was a stray. And like my family found her, like my brother found her as a stray, and they tried to like find the owner and no one ever like claimed her. And so like it was like a few months that they had her, and my dad, like they already had 2 dogs and they didn't want to like
take on another one.
They couldn't take on another one, and my mom like refuses to take dogs to shelters, so my dad was like think about giving her away to another family. But like I was like, well, let me meet this dog and see if like
we vibe.
And the funny thing is my brother found her on February 25th, which was my birthday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
oh my god, that's fucking fate, dude.
Yeah,
that's like when oh my god, that's so, I'm sorry, I just need a moment to process that. Like I don't know why I'm getting like emotional about that. That's so fucking beautiful, dude. Oh my god, dude, that's fucking beautiful. Because I felt that way when I found Kylo. Do you remember we went to that ranch and he ran directly to me across the field? And Raven was like, he got emotional when that happened because he was like, wow, this is like the dog, this is hers. Yeah, this is her dog. And wow, that's so fucking beautiful, dude. That wasn't on today's outline for the podcast, and so you really just kind of hit me with that. Oh fuck, wow.
But yeah, so
life is crazy.
In my mind, I was like, I guess it's meant to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's right. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love her, and she's a little Miss Bossa Nova. Plus, like
Bossa Nova, we have funny nicknames for her. Like one of my favorites is I said bust it down, Papiana, and now we just call her Papiana. Like everyone calls her Papiana.
Well, because she's like a puppy and really docile, so you can just like wiggle her.
Or I call her really. Poppy Flower. Yeah, like from Blood
book.
and Ash.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, but the thing about like shelters now is that they're really like, this has been all through like COVID too, is that they're really overrun. So like,
yeah, well, a lot of people adopted animals during quarantine, and now that quarantine's over and people going back to work, people are taking their pets back. And now the shelters are completely packed full of these animals that once had a home, and then these people, these fucking assholes who adopted them, who now took them back because they're like, oh wait, no, I can't actually have a dog.
I'm going out.
That is so fucked up, dude. I'm sorry, but if that's you, like, you're an asshole. Yeah. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, you should never adopt, like, all right, here we're talking about, like, was I mentally, financially ready to have a dog? No. But whatever. And we made it work. Yeah. Our dogs are very well taken care of. My dog eats expensive ass food that I can't afford, but I make it happen because he deserves goodness.
Yeah. It's like one thing if you fall onto like hard times and financially can't support this animal anymore.
Right, or you're like sick or whatever. I get that. But if you're just like, oh, I had an animal because I was bored in quarantine, but now I'm going back to my 9-to-5 job, so I'm not going to have this dog anymore. Like, you're a fucking douche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's terrible because we're really lucky where we live in like Austin, where like most of the shelters are no kills. But like in other
of Austin,
outside of Austin.
My dog Kylo was going to be euthanized. That's why I got him. He was going to get euthanized at 6 months. Dude, yeah. Because he was down near San Antonio.
In San Antonio. And not all cities have like the same like try and save them. So it's just like, if you get an animal, like realize it's like a life
This is a commitment.
choice.
This is a life choice.
You're going to be with this animal until the end of their lives are yours.
And you better make it work, dude. However you do it, you got to make it work. Because animals are precious beings. We are undeserving of animals.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, guys. Well, that's the end of our episode. Let us know what you guys have been up to. We love to hear it. Thank you all so much for the support lately. We love your comments. It's really cool to find new people who enjoy what we're doing and make you guys feel not so weird. So welcome to all the new trashlings. And yeah, we will see you guys very soon. We have some guests coming up on future episodes and we'll be talking all about that. But guys, don't forget to go check out all of our stuff and we will talk to you very, very soon. Bye, trashlings.
Bye.
Bye, trashlings. Papa loves you very much.